Okay, so this series is just going to be some ideas. Not looking at prices, not giving you suggestions of places to go. But if you were deciding between item A or B, what would I choose and why? And so I'm going to go into various stores and just show you guys some ideas because I'm running errands at the same time and don't have a whole lot of time in the States. But I'm going to try to give you guys some ideas. And today, my first errand is actually at Target. I had to get a baby bag for our new little baby that's coming. And so while we're in there, I'm going to show you guys a few ideas in general. So not looking at any specific age or gender. If you were debating between two items that are similar, what would I choose and why? So let's take a walk through Target and see some items for OCC boxes.
So we're going to look for some items, and I'm going to let you guys know which one we would prefer to put in an OCC shoebox and why. Yeah, what do you see? I don't know. They're coloring books. Okay, our first this or that would be a toothbrush or toothpaste. And this one's an easy one. The right answer, in this case it is the only right answer, is a toothbrush. And that's because OCC does not allow toothpaste to be sent. So we would recommend always sending a toothbrush, but no toothpaste. Next, this or that is my opinion, and it's would you send a cup or a bottle? Now, I would send a bottle, and I'm not highlighting this brand of bottle by any means, it's just the one I picked up. And the reason that I would prefer to send a bottle is because they can carry it with them. So they could take it to school, they could take it wherever they needed to go, and it also keeps whatever liquid you put in it from getting dirty or dust or any form of contaminant in it. And so it's just a little bit more versatile of an option for the kiddos. Okay, this or that, a shameless plug for my home team. Gotta love the Broncos. But would I rather send a ball cap or like a winter cap? So depending on who you ask, but I would choose the ball cap. And the reason is no matter which climate, what country it goes to, it's going to be useful. If it's cold, it'll still keep their head pretty warm. And if it's a warm climate, it's going to be super useful. This one would protect from sun, help them, especially if it's a very bright climate. So ball caps are the way to go. Just like that. All right, the next question, would I send a regular reading book or would I send a coloring book? And I would say for any age, now you're going to base it based on the age group you're talking about, but for any age group, I would say to send the coloring book. Now, obviously, you can make it a harder coloring book for higher age groups. Liliana's been checking out the Ninja Turtle over here, and she loves the stickers. But you could pick an easy coloring book for younger ages, a more intricate coloring book for higher ages, but coloring books are phenomenal for any age group, and I would prefer them over books just because it doesn't matter what language the child speaks. They're going to have a lot of success with a coloring book, whereas books that are written in English might not be as enjoyed. Let's talk books. Let's say you really feel like you want to send a book. Would I rather send an older kid book or a younger kid book? And I would say this or that, older kid or younger kid, no matter what age you're sending it for, I would send a younger book. Now, how do you send a younger book for an older kid? You pick one, for instance, like these three that Eliana has picked out. So these are in the younger section. There's less writing. This is more of a comic style, so that would be great for the 11 to 14. This one as well is more of a comic book style. Again, great for the 11 to 14. And this one is an easy read. However, because of the theme, because it's Spider-Man, it's something cool, even though it's technically a child's book, it is not necessarily written for kids. Now, you're going to have to decide if something like this is something you want to send. But this is just 3 examples of how a kid's book, a young children's book, can be sent for older kids. Okay, next this or that is shoes. Would I rather send a pair of tennis shoes or sandals? Now, I understand these are fancy sandals. I'm talking even flip-flops, but we're currently in winter, so there's none in this store to show you guys. But a nice pair of flip-flops, sandal type, or shoes. Now, this one, shoes are important because it does provide lots of protection no matter what country it goes to. but I would choose sandals simply because it takes up less room. So again, you might choose like a Croc style or obviously a less expensive sandal than these, but I would still go sandals because it provides that protection, and yet at the same time, it's not taking up so much space as tennis shoes do. Other cool thing about a sandal is that even if it's not the perfect fit, they can still wear it. So even if their foot hangs off the back a little bit, they could still wear it for longer because their foot's not enclosed in the shoe. So I've seen kids in all sorts of countries, all sorts of areas use sandals for longer just because they grow out of them, but they can still make them work, if that makes sense. Last ones are school supplies. Would I send regular pencils and a sharpener, or would I send mechanical pencils? And I would go with these ones. Now make sure you send the sharpener, because otherwise most kids will use an X-Acto knife and they just wear the pencils out sooner. But what I find is that these last longer in terms of they don't run out of lead. Because if they can't find lead where they're at, then the mechanical pencils eventually can't be used anymore. Very last one for this video, would I send regular erasers or cap erasers? And I would choose the regular erasers. And here's why. These cap erasers right here are cute, but they break easily. The little ends when you're erasing tend to pop off, and so they just don't last as long. And most kids also have to have these as part of their school supply list. So either way, the kids are going to need these, but they don't need cap erasers.